Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our honorable judges, teachers and friends. My name is Amira, Ariesya, Binti, Azmin and I'm from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Malim Nawar, code AEE9003. I am pretty sure that most of us are already familiar with the iconic book series of Nancy Drew. Would you believe it if I tell you that this series has been around longer than our own grandparents do? Because it is. The Nancy Drew series was first published in 1930 by the original author, Malim under the pseudonym Caroline Keene. Over the years, the name Caroline Keene had accumulated countless ghostwriters, contributing for the continuation of this book series until today. The sheer popularity of this girl, Nancy Drew, allowed her to be depicted not only in books but also in video games and movies. How cool is that? Moving on, in my hands right now is the 23rd book in the Nancy Drew Girl Detective series, Troubled Waters, written by Caroline Keene. This book was published under the company Aladdin Paperbacks, dating all the way back in 2007. I've discovered this masterpiece recently and I was immediately attracted to its alluring book covers. It has a total of 149 pages with 15 chapters in it. The story is completely fictional and revolves around mystery, crime, and adventure, which perfectly describe my preferences and hopefully yours too. Without further ado, shall we learn about the stories together now? River Heights, as the name suggested, is a city drowned in water. I may be exaggerating, but it is the reality for the civilians there once the spring rains come by. Stranded with no home, they all sought for shelters to live in. In this case, it is the Historical Society and Senior Center. Despite also being unfortunate, there are those who take pity on the worst victim of the situation. Our main protagonist, Nancy Drew, is one of those kind folks. She and her friends Bess Marvin and George Fain were packing up sandwiches to be sent over to the shelters. Kring! A phone call came in. Nancy's father knows his daughter very well and informed her that he had already signed up Nancy and her friends too as volunteers to helping homes to build new apartments in the old Davis Foundries building. Guess what? Their excitement were multiplied when their two-time state basketball champions, the Bullets, showed up to help with the construction too. Until everything goes downhill. Threats started to surface spray-painted on the walls directed to JC Valdez, the Bullets to stop forward. Nancy was the first to investigate about the situation as to learn about the threats and its motives, and she discovers about the dirty secrets of certain parties. And so the story goes on. Now, reading this book allowed me to discover about the personality of our main character, Nancy Drew, and what I could learn from this character. From what I've noticed, Nancy is an analytical person. She would not dismiss any detail as something important. In fact, she would take it as a key to solve the bigger problem. This was proven in page 39 when she had noticed that 3 of the photographs on the wall went missing. It teaches me to always remain sharp and focused in any task that I do. Second of all, this book is the epitome of never judge the book by its cover. This book had truly blown my mind because I was too naive to even realize about people's underlying truth. For example, even when all odds were against Ray Reynolds, Nancy did not jump into an immediate conclusion and instead she continued to investigate. Another reason as to why this book intrigued me is because it touches a topic that is close to home, which is vengeance, or in other words, desire for revenge. It talked about how the desire for revenge can affect someone for generations, and the fact that it would be completely pointless and destructive in the long run. It could destroy our career and impacts those around us. Thankfully, now I know not to hold any grudges against anybody. As to conclude my review on this masterpiece, I would like to recommend this book to young aspiring readers. The language used is easy to understand and also adventurous, because when I read it, I felt as if I was there with Nancy, discovering all about the mysteries together with her. And all the plot points connected perfectly. It's a pleasant feelings that I seldom find in books nowadays. So I rate it a 10 out of 10. If you are interested, you can borrow this book from your school's library. That's all for today.